All right. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity. This is Yahweh Sop once again. Um, About to continue that lesson I was doing about the UFOs in the Bible. Um, I got a few different series going on right now, but for whatever reason, the Spirit leading me back into that. And you know, Scripture says, "Prove all things." So, like I said, I'm gonna jump right back into it. I'm reading out of the book, the Greatest Deception, the UFOs in the Bible by Patrick Cook, and I believe we stopped at page 17. Um, so, like I said, we just gonna jump right back into it. Um, Lucky. So it says Ezekiel, glowing, spinning metallic craft, 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire, a rushing, windy, great thunder cloud, like flying craft, flew out of the north. The vehicle had the appearance of brilliant, glowing fire all around it, and the center of the illumination, the vehicle was polished metal. Um, Joel, darkness and fire. Joel 2:2. A day of darkness, of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever like, Salakia, ever been, hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. This is an apparent reference to the sky army. Now, I don't, because Joel talks about the nuclear, it talks about the nuclear war. So, like I said, on some of this stuff, he go off. Zephaniah, thick, dark, low flying clouds. Zephaniah 1:15. Now, this is accurate. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So, and when, you go into Zephaniah, Zephaniah is talking about when the Messiah returns, the day of the Lord. Matthew, a very bright cloud hovers. Matthew 17:5. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. A radiant cloud enveloped them in a brilliant haze, and the Father spoke from the cloud. So, and that's talking about a chariot, Book of Mark, the transfiguration cloud, 9:7. And there was a cloud that overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud saying, This is my beloved Son, hear him. Verse 8. And suddenly when they had looked round about, they saw no man anymore, save Yahweh Shai, only with themselves. This is known as the Salakia. This is known as the transfiguration. Yahweh Shai tells his apostles that some of them will see the realm of Yahweh before they die. Two men appear with Yahweh Shai, and a cloud enveloped them with a brilliant haze, and suddenly the two men disappeared. Luke, men entered the cloud. Luke 9:34. While he thus spake, there came a cloud and overshadowed them, and they feared as they entered into the cloud. Verse 35. And there came a voice out of the cloud saying, This is my beloved Son, hear him. The probable cause for the change in Mashiach appearances, illumination from the vehicle. 1 Corinthians, under the cloud. 1 Corinthians 10:1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the seas, and were all baptized in Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Paul recounts how the cloud led the people out of Egypt, passed through the sea, baptized. He said baptized was added, but anybody that's into the truth knows, and the book of Exodus, it was a chariot that, followed them. Revelations, a brilliant angel descends clothed in a cloud. Revelations 10 and 1, and I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. An angel descends from heaven standing on a fiery platform, pillar, base. Witnesses ascend into the sky. Revelations 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them, which saw them. Verse 12, and they heard a great. See, I'm going to skip this one because he's talking about the two witnesses after being resurrected here, a great voice. See, but Revelations 11 and 11, after 3 days, that's talking about the actual, like, because, our people were asleep, and the slaveries and whatnot. Like, so he goes off on some things, what I mean? That's what I said. You can't take a lot of this verbatim. That's why it's best to follow the elders, and the apostles. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with, using other sources to, what's the word? Because you prove all things through scripture. You get what I'm saying? But, like I said, he's going off on certain things. Like I said, he's trying to say that Revelations 11 and 11 has to do with something totally different from the breakdown of the real truth. You know what I mean? Like, after them 3 days and a half, that was talking about the slavery that the Israelites went through. He's talking about has something to do with chariots. So, Exodus is a solid flying object, 19 and 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. The word thick is taken from meaning density or envelope. Now, this is a actual scripture, that got to do with this is an actual scripture that actually has to do with the chariot. I haven't went into this word. Like I said, he said meaning density or envelope. The word cloud is taken from the word anan, which means thundercloud. The density of this object and the fact that it stays in a position for a long period shows that it's called a cloud only because it is a large object flying in the sky. Since the only large things flying around in the sky in 1200 BC are in fact clouds, this is the name it is given. Yahweh tells Moses that he comes in the flying object so that people will pay attention and believe in him. Yahweh with thee in the phrase, speak with thee and in thee and believe thee were added. Yahweh is not saying the people will hear and believe in Moses. Yahweh clearly states to impress people he is using the presence of the object. All bells and whistles. Exodus 19 and 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Yahweh lands the flying craft on the mountain with booming noises, flashing lights, and a sound like like a loud ram's horn that strikes fear into the people. Distinct lights and sounds are now associated with the craft. 2 Samuel, Yahweh's glowing solid flying house. 2 Samuel 22 and 12. And he made darkness pavilions around about him, dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Yeah, because that's the same scripture that's in see, that's deep, because that's the same scripture that's in Psalms 18. And I seen that breakdown that the elders were talking about. They were saying that David was actually saved by a chariot. So that's deep. Salaki.